In December 2022, India assumed the presidency of G20 and shall remain its president for the year 2023. As an aspirant of UPSC CSE, you must be inquisitive to know what's the significance of this development as regards to India's foreign policy and external affairs. Let's find out. The Group of 20 or G20 was founded in the year 1999 after the Asian financial crisis. It comprises of developed and developing countries from across the world. Let us look at the membership of G20 in a region-wise manner. In North America, we have Canada and USA, Mexico in Central America, Brazil and Argentina in South America. In Europe, we have the European Union, UK, France, Italy and Germany. South Africa in African continent. In Asia, we have Russia, China, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, India, Japan, South Korea and Indonesia. And finally, Australia. It can be seen that the G20 covers a wide geographical area, around 60% of world's land area. It also covers two-thirds of the world's population, 80% of gross world product and 75% of international trade. The agenda of G20 includes sustainability of sovereign debt and global financial stability, inclusive growth, which covers agendas such as migration, digitization, empowerment of women, etc., and other agendas such as sustainable development. The presidency of G20 is for a duration of 1 year. It is rotated among its members through a grouping system. The group members decide amongst themselves as to who shall be the president from that group for that particular year. In the year 2022, Indonesia from Group 5 was the president of G20. For the year 2023, India from Group 2 has been selected as the president. The permanent invitees to G20 include the African Union, the ASEAN, Financial Stability Board, FAO, ILO, IMF, New Partnership for Africa's Development, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, that is OECD, UN, World Bank Group, WHO, WTO and Spain. Till the year 2008, only the finance ministers and central bank governors of the member countries met. From the year 2008, the summit of heads of state or governments has begun. The G20 working involves two major tracks. The first one is the finance track, led by finance ministers and central bank governors. This track discusses global macroeconomic issues. Its working also involves the functioning of number of working groups such as the Framework Working Group, Infrastructure Working Group, International Taxation Agenda, etc. The second track is also known as the Sherpa track. It involves the personal emissaries of the leaders who oversee negotiations over the course of the year. It comprises of working groups such as agriculture, anti-corruption, tourism, etc. Besides this, the G20 working also involves a number of engagement groups which bring together civil societies, parliamentarians, think tanks, women, youth, labor, businesses, and researchers. It includes groups such as Business 20, Civil 20, Startup 20, Youth 20, etc. The European Union is represented by the European Commission and the European Central Bank. The support of Troika is very important in the functioning of G20. The Troika includes the current president, the immediate past president, and the future president. In India's case, it shall involve India, Indonesia, and Brazil. India assumed the presidency of G20 on 1st December 2022 and shall continue to be its president till 30th November 2023. The theme chosen by India for its presidency is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which has been borrowed from Maha-Upanishad, with the subtitles One Earth, One Family, One Future. The logo and theme of India's presidency conveys striving for just and equitable growth of all in the world in a sustainable, holistic, responsible, and inclusive manner. The G20 has been fairly successful in overcoming the 1999 Asian financial crisis and the 2008 global economic crisis. It has emerged to be a major economic decision-making body at the global level. It has wide representation through its engagement groups. It is seen as a viable alternative to the IMF and the World Bank Group, which are alleged to be controlled by the West. The G20 ensures equality of all members, irrespective of the level of economic development and growth. The G20 also covers other issues. For example, in 2016, the G20 framed its commitment to the 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda. The first major structural shortcoming is that it does not have its own permanent secretariat. It has also contributed to the ongoing debate over internationalism versus multilateralism. It is alleged that the G20 is diminishing the existence and the functioning of the previously established international institutions such as the IMF. Several groups have been formed in protest of G20. For example, the Global Governance Group or 3G formed under the leadership of Singapore. The G20 has also at times failed to implement its own decisions, and despite its decision to reduce it, we can see that the subsidies for fossil fuels by the G20 members has been continuously increasing. During the year 2015 to 2021, the G20 collectively provided a subsidy of 3.3 trillion US dollars to the fossil fuel manufacturing companies. Currently, there is also a debate going on over the membership of Russia in G20. Russian President Vladimir Putin attended the 2022 Heads of State Summit virtually. The Ukrainian President Zelensky, who was invited to this summit, multiple times addressed it as G19, thereby suggesting exclusion of Russia from the grouping. It can be concluded that the G20 has been fairly successful in raising and addressing a wide range of issues in socio-economic and environmental domains. Overcoming its shortcomings would go a long way in making it more effective. India must use this platform to raise its demands for reform in existing international institutions, especially the permanent membership of United Nations Security Council. Friends, in this video lecture, we have covered G20 in fair details. Hope that this video helps you for your prelims and also mains examination. Wishing you luck. Thank you.